What Britain did in Nigeria, let me educate you, you're ignorant of this, was to see that it was easy to control the people in the north by climbing on the back, by piggybacking on the oligarchy, the oligarchical system, the feudal system in Nigeria. The Igbos were like, at some point, no, our life was terrible by your oppressive regime and rulership. We need to be free. And that was the crime. When the Igbos and the Yorubas joined forces to say that we needed independence, what did Britain do when they finally agreed to let go? They made those Northerners who rejected English education, English religion, English way of life, the overlord over these two who were civilized and educated, because it was easy to control the whole of Nigeria. And that is why we have the genocide, the massacre of Christians ongoing now in Nigeria. And what has Britain said about it?
Would you like us to come and colonize you again and sort it out?
To come and colonize us again,
yeah.
Sort it out.
Yeah, should we go over and colonize you and stop the horrific slaughter of Christians?
No, but that's what you have created.
Yeah, so should we sort it out?
When you talk about the benefit of the British Empire, it did as good as much as it did evil as well. And it's quite rich for you to sit there thinking you can patronize someone as me that is more intelligent than you are.
Were these massacres happening when we were running your country?
I'm more intelligent and more educated than you, arrogant twat that is out down there talking rubbish. You want to come and colonize Nigeria?
Wait. Were these massacres happening?
If you're allowed, can you?
Were these massacres happening under
dumb
us?
As stupid as you
or
are,
did they happen when we left you to run your own country?
That's very stupid thing.
Were they happening
I thought
under
I was
the British?
going to have a civilized conversation.
When we were running your country,
maybe I listened to you.
Were these massacres
You want
happening?
to come back and colonize Nigeria? What a damn stupid question.
These
very unintelligible question.
Under us.
Akebulan, that you just watched is what happens when the descendant of a colonizer believes that he did Africa a favor. But this is also what happens when an arrogant descendant of a colonizer meets an African that knows his onion. You can see the way the Nigerian put him in their place. Put them in their place. Who do you think you want to colonize? Someone that is more smarter than you. You want to colonize. In fact, before then, let me teach you something. Because I don't want people to be ethnically separated because of this video. You see, that man, when he mentioned about the Yorubas and the Igbos in Nigeria, okay, moving for independence and the North saying no, this is what it means, okay? It was not attacking the northern part of Nigeria, so I don't want anyone to get emotional. It was only talking about Anthony Eneleho when he moved the motion for self-independence on the 31st of March 1953, okay? And the dominant political party in the northern part of Nigeria, which happens to be the Northern People's Congress, opposed it that the northern part of Nigeria was not ready for independence in 1956. But maybe he didn't put it in the context at which he was supposed to put it. But that man was trying to point out history of 1953, okay? On a good day, I will teach you what really happened and how the British capitalized on already ethnic divided Nigeria, okay? But that's not the point. The point of this video is the word colonization. Colonization. That two arrogant descendants of a colonizer will sit down on a chair and look an African into his eyes and say, do you want us to come back and colonize you? Do you know what colonization is? Do you know the trauma that comes with colonization, the stigmatization that comes with it? Do you know the cultures that we lost? You think your ancestors did the favor? Colonization, do you know what it is? A process by which a foreign power takes over another one's territory and its people, usually by the process of political domination and establishing its own authority over them. Is that what you are trivializing? Is that what you want to bring back? Can you even bring it back? Are you more intelligent than a single African? You barbarians, your ancestors moved around the world looking for who to exploit. You know, when they want to make colonization sound so glamorous, they say, oh, we were merely exploiting the world. You were not exploiting the world. You were savages moving from one place to another, looking for whose culture to steal, whose heritage to take, whose story to steal. You went to Benin in Nigeria, took away their artifacts. Went to South Africa, took away their gold. You did it in Nigeria. You went to India. You went to Asia. You went all over the world looking for whose culture to take. And you think it's something to be proud of. You should be ashamed of what your ancestors did. You should be ashamed of it. The Nigerian put them in their place. And the man was so honest to accept that there were some positive things that came from colonization, but you need to understand something. Yes, there was some introduction and expansion of infrastructure and development that came with colonization, but that there were certain benefits that came from colonization does not mean that colonization itself can be morally justified. No, it's not. Because people will tell us, oh, they came with malaria drugs. No, we had a way of treating malaria before the colonizers came. They invented malaria drug for themselves because they were not surviving. We were surviving before they came. The Nigerians have agbo. Every ethnic group had how he treated malaria for themselves. So don't tell us that. And don't even tell me that they constructed road, because people tell you, oh, they constructed road. They were railway that the colonizer constructed. No. That's why I said in my spoken word, I taught you and I said, the roads that they constructed, where did they lead to? They led from the mine to the ship. From the mine to the ship. The plantation. The railway that they constructed to plantation, where did it lead to? From the plantation to the ports. So everything they constructed was to what? Aid colonization. To aid colonization. Africa was the engine, Europe was the driver. So you can't tell us that we should be proud of colonization. Never can we be proud of it. Your ancestors were savages. And I'm so proud that that Nigerian put them in their place. Because that Nigerian was not speaking for Nigeria alone. He was speaking for the entire African continent. That when these people want to open the mouth they use eating yam and cocoyam and tell us that kind of statement, can you imagine? Can you imagine the audacity to mention colonization again? You barbarian. Want to talk about colonization. You should be ashamed of yourself. Big one. And I'm so glad that they met an African that knows his onion. Nonsense. This is what we must teach our people. Our people must understand. Yes, Nigeria might not be doing well, but you are now trivializing colonization, telling the people to surrender their sovereignty to you. Look at you. Can you colonize anybody? Can't even spell your names. Nonsense. Akebulan, wisdom is a principal thing. I don't want to get angry this morning. Okay, I'll start responding to your messages today. Okay, for those who have requested for a book, will be given to you. All right. This is why we must take knowledge to our people, so people can understand and put these people in their place, because we have not talked about the ills of colonization enough. That's why they have that mentality that they did well for the world by colonizing them. Whereas your fathers went around the world as savages, stealing people's cultures and identity, and you want us to celebrate you. Akebulan, wisdom is the principal thing. Thank you, everyone who contribute to our book foundation. I love and I care about you. Your contribution goes a long way to make sure that we put books in the hands of children. Akebulan, wisdom. The principal thing.